and welcome to Love is Crafting.
Love is crafting.
In today's video, in our week of holiday decor items, we will be taking this mug from the Dollar Tree and sprucing it up.
Yeah, so right now this mug is pretty whack. It even has a to and from, like you're supposed to give it as a gift. Do not give it as a gift. Why don't you take this mug and make it into a decor piece?
Definitely, it will be a staple in your house, and when people come over, they're gonna be like, where did that come from?
You could be like, hey, I made it, and you can learn how to make it too. Just go to Love is Crafting.
Yeah, that is a perfect opportunity to go ahead and share,
comment,
and subscribe.
Love is Crafting.
Love is crafting.
How's it going? Now, I know it looks like we have a lot of different materials here, and we do. But don't let that intimidate you. Even though I'm a little bit intimidated right now, we are making this mug into a decor piece. And I think we're going to have some fun with it. Using tools we're using, this mug, a bit of, what is this called?
Styrofoam?
I don't know. People know what this is, right? This is floral foam. A little piece of floral foam, some lightweight spackling, a cooking concepts. This is the bag with the inserts for the pieces, and these paper straws. Now these paper straws, actually, we could not find paper straws that we liked at the dollar store, so we had to get these from Walmart,
But they were still really cheap.
Yeah, I don't know if they're $1, but they're still cheap. Also some Mod Podge and some deep brown acrylic paint. We'll get to that as well. Couple other things that aren't tools here, but just are gonna make the process a little bit easier. So, I'm gonna open up this cup, have our nice cup and our floral foam, and basically the plan is to make a topper for the cup that will make it actually a decor piece instead of just a cup. So first thing I'm gonna do is kind of map out where I want things to go. So I'm gonna take this box cutter,
and he's gonna carefully cut around, and he's not gonna hurt himself. That is what we're hoping for, no blood.
well, that sounded kind of ominous. This stuff is actually really easy to cut. I brought out the whole box cutter, but this plastic butter knife is actually doing the trick relatively well. There we go. We might be able to even use this for another project, but for now, that's exactly what we want. A piece of floral foam that fits almost exactly to the top of this
Cup
mug thing. All right, so what we're gonna do, we are gonna put this on a paper plate. We're gonna open this spackling. Now, what I figured out was gonna happen is the spackling is a little bit dry. It's still soft to the touch, but it's not gonna be able to go as easily as I want. So what I'm gonna do is add a little bit of water to this.
And you know, for him to be so frugal and cheap, he is like going to use perfectly good bottled water for this instead of just using sink water. So maybe he's a little bougie.
Yeah, that's true. We could have just used sink water.
Yeah, we could have used sink water.
All right, now you want it to get a almost ice cream.
Or icing look. You want it to be fluffy looking. So you just want to add a little bit of water. Always start off with a little because you can always add more. You can't take away water.
Yeah. You can, but the process is a lot harder. I think this is a good place to stop for that. And I saw we didn't use a lot of water. We just used just enough.
So he is going to make sure that he drinks the rest of that bottled water so we're not being wasteful.
Let's go get drunk anyway. And the good thing is on this cake decoration kit, you see the different types of tips that they have, and it comes and it makes different kinds of patterns. What we want is this one. You see this? It looks like a
Star.
star.
So we're gonna go ahead and use that one.
Yeah. So we are gonna first replace the tip, which is pretty easy. Take off the old tip. Then put the new tip in. Screw it in.
You probably need to put the spackle in there before you screw it in.
I thought the spackle goes in the back.
Ah, you're right. My fault. Can you tell I'm not really a baker?
All right, open that up. Since we're not eating this, if you blow in it, it opens up the pathway a little bit more. So. I don't know how people do this.
Teamwork makes the dream work. I think that's enough. You can put all of it in there?
Yeah. Alright. So I'm just gonna cap it off and then push everything down to the bottom. So now, all the spackle in here. Alright, so the part I'm the most nervous about because this is where it all comes to a head.
Yeah, you want to start on the outside and work your way in and up.
All right. Let's twist it. In one direction. There. There we go. All right, let's see. Might have needed to add some more water. You know, let's do that. Okay, it's too much water.
Now that's a bit of a problem.
All right, so what we're gonna do is turn this mug into a holiday decor item. Like I said, this has a to and from. Instead of doing to and from, we're going to make this a decor item. So first thing we're gonna need is this mug, and then this floral foam. What you wanna do is measure it out. So this foam is a little bit bigger than the cup. So what I'm gonna do is I am gonna take a box cutter and I'm gonna shave off a little bit here.
And if you don't have a box cutter, don't worry about it. You can always just use a knife.
Yes, styrofoam, so it's not like it's hard to cut or anything. As I struggle cutting this.
Or use a scissor.
Use a what?
A scissor.
Oh my goodness. It's scissors, not a scissor. This box cutter is actually longer. I'm gonna use this.
Which is acting just like a knife, so you really could just use a knife.
Oh, a knife would probably actually even be better. Let's see if that fits. I kind of want to shake it down a little bit more.
You want a nice snug fit? Is it snug?
It's snug.
It's
what do you
snug.
think? Is it good or you think?
I don't know. Shake it. Does it move? All right, it's snug. It's not
remember
going
the cone
anywhere.
heads?
Oh, I do remember cone heads.
But this is way too long, so I'm also going to cut off some from the top.
Again, you can use your scissor. And I keep on saying scissor because it bothers him. You see that look he gave me?
So, when you put on a pair of pants, they are pants, right? Just because there are two legs, there are two pant legs, doesn't mean that they are now a pant. No, they are pants because there are two of them. Just like scissors, I wish I had some scissors here to demonstrate this, but scissors, there are two blades. So next time you ask for a scissor, I am going to cut it in half, or I'm going to break it apart and give you half of that. Is this?
You better not cut my good or break my good scissors.
Is this too tall? I think it's too tall.
I think that's still too tall. You might want to go, yeah. So you tell us in the comments, is it scissor or scissors? What do you say? So ideally, if you can find the circle domes, we would suggest using a circle dome, but we couldn't find any of them in the dollar store at the Dollar Tree, and we really wanted to use all Dollar Tree items, so we found the cone and we are improvising. We're gonna make it work.
Improvising. Okay.
All right.
What do you think
So
about
that is crooked. So is it going to fit so that it's straight in there? I guess we'll just have to play with it when you're actually gonna put it on top. So let's not worry about it for now.
Wife says don't worry about it, and that is fine with me. So what I'm doing is I'm just putting this floral foam in the middle of a paper plate. I am going to get my spackling. I'm just gonna open it up. As you see, it is in a very dry state. Still like, you know, formable to the touch, but what we're gonna do, I'm gonna add a little bit of water to it, kind of thin it up a little bit. And then I got a plastic knife. I'm going to just mix this up. This is a kind of feel type deal. The more you do these, the better this will turn out, because how the spackling looks is going to determine if it needs more water or if it's good to go.
So keep in mind, like cooking, you want to start with adding less. You can always add more, but you can't take any away.
Sure you can. Throw it in the microwave. I don't want people to actually mess up their microwave.
Yeah, don't do that, guys. Don't listen to him.
Like that.
Not with that, at least.
Like that TikTok trend where people were putting in a ball of aluminum foil in their microwave, just balling it up and thinking that it was gonna come out as a full ball. Doesn't work. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, have my cake decorating set, and then what I'm gonna use this kind of spiky tip. These are easy to replace. It's like this black part, screw it off, take the tip off, then put the new tip on, screw it back in. Easy does it.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
I was quoting Easy E, but I mean, you know, same thing. Alright, so we're gonna add the spackling to the decoration bag.
Need some help there?
I think this is a good texture, so it comes out pretty well.
Okay. He got it. He said he got it, so we let him get it.
You say get it, I say got it. This is more messy than I thought it was gonna be. Okay, you know what, babe? Yeah, come on. Yeah, this after I already made it messy, right?
Yeah. Husbands, what can I say? If you would have just listened to me the first time.
Pride comes before the fall. Tell you the truth, I had a when I was trying to do stuff around the house when we first moved in, and I had a project. I was trying to, I think, install a new run of electricity switches to make sure that the outlet of the TV was actually in the back of the TV instead of like being close to the floor. And I was on a ladder and I could not get this thing down. And I needed some help, but I was in the house by myself. And as I was doing it, something reminded me of that. Pride comes before the fall, because I wasn't gonna ask for any help. And then, you know, I decided to ask for some help because I took that as literal. Pride came before the fall, so I didn't want to fall off the ladder. So I decided to swallow my pride, call my stepfather, and he came through and helped me out.
Awesome.
All right, so now what we're gonna do is just a roundabout circle of plaster.
guys, this might be one of those Pinterest fails.
You tell me it doesn't look good?
I'll let you be the judge of that.
Got him!
It doesn't look bad.
Oh. I'm feeling some gaps. Alright, so I think that is good enough. Good enough for government. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna sit this out to dry, aka harden, and see if it hardens in the direction that we can. All right, so we are about an hour into the drying stage of our whipped cream topping. So before it gets completely hard, of course, we are going to decorate it. Starting with a couple of these straws. We have these straws from the Dollar Tree, just like regular paper straws. I also got this like red straw from some fast food restaurant, but it looks like we don't need it.
Yeah, what happened was I was looking for the paper straws at the Dollar Tree and I couldn't find them. And so I ended up having to go to Walmart to find the paper ones. But I thought, hey, you don't need paper. So I went to a fast food joint and I just grabbed an extra red straw.
Ah, yes, I remember now. So yes, the paper straws were from Walmart. It wasn't from Dollar Tree. But they're still cheap, so.
Yeah, and I don't even think you need more than one of those straws. You can just cut it up because it's not going to be full length, right?
Right. Well, it's two different patterns. I'm gonna do like a X type deal. So I'm going to cut this down. Thickening. All right. Got a little bit of razzle dazzle. What I'm also gonna do, basically, if you haven't figured it out by now, this is going to be a makeshift. It's gonna look like it's hot chocolate. So what I'm gonna do, I have this sandwich bag. I am gonna add some acrylic paint to it. This one is the deep brown. So I'm gonna add that in as our chocolate. And then also, since this is acrylic, it dries kind of flat. So I have this Mod Podge, which is going to make it look shiny, almost like it's wet the whole time, like it's glossy, like it's melting chocolate the whole time. So, add some of that in there. Close up my bag. And I'm just gonna mix it all together here. Does that look like chocolate to you, babe?
Yeah.
All right.
Did you pop a hole in it already?
I think so.
Lick it, it's chocolate.
Okay, so there's a hole somewhere in this bag. but it's okay because I am going to put a hole in it myself. Here at the bottom, move back, then
Now that you have the holes already for the straws, I think you should take those off so you don't get chocolate on the straws.
okay. All right, now let's see if we can make this look like oh, that side actually worked a lot better. Was it weird, or does this, to me, this Mod Podge acrylic paint mixture kind of smells like peppermint?
I think that's just you.
All right, I think that is good. I am going to replace my straws here. All right, so this is step 2 of the process. Doesn't look like much right now, but don't believe me, just watch. All right, so we are back. This is 24 hours later. Looks like our spackling has dried for the most part. So what I'm gonna do is try to remove this. Well, not try, remove this. This actually seemed like it was pretty easy. I just kind of pushed up on it and it made a break. Because all this spackling is the amount that melted. So I'm gonna remove that. All right, so I am just looking at the bottom. So I am gonna orient this so that this side looks better. So that it looks like a cup of hot chocolate with an impossibly tall amount of whipped cream and chocolate. Now I did see and maybe you want to add some extra to this, maybe some, you can always glam this up as far as where you can add some sparkles or those little candy canes. Just make sure that whatever you want to add, make sure you add it while the spackling is still somewhat wet, so that you can place it in without having to force it in. And if you looks like we probably should have used a little bit more Mod Podge, because if you look at some of the areas, I was saying that the acrylic paint gets kind of dull. after it dries. I do see some areas that are dull, so maybe probably could use a little bit more Mod Podge, but I'm still happy with it. So there you go. And now it's a decor piece, and people are gonna be able to see it.